Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today at Litecoin. Right now we're sitting at $42.91. We're up about 5%. And the main thing that I've been looking at, I've been talking with you all about this for quite a while, is this trend line break. If you can see here in white, this has been our main overall downtrend that we've been in for over 6 months now. Lower highs, lower lows have just continuously been coming in. But now what we're starting to see is a trend line break taking place right here. And remember, when you look for these trend line breaks, you want to see a candle close today of 3 to 5% over top of this trend line break, and you also want to see it come on big volume. And there's something that I wanted to point out and show to you here. So if we end up going to Litecoin and we're taking a look, the overall market cap's around 2.75 billion right there, and take a look at this volume now. The 24-hour volume, we're at over $3 billion in terms of just overall volume that's starting to come back into Litecoin right now, and you can kind of see that spike taking place. We even have higher volume than Bitcoin Cash right now, so that's a good sign, because whenever you're dealing with these things in terms of trend line breaks, you want to have that big swell of volume. You want to have increased volume coming in. So far, volume starting to pick up for us. We potentially have, depending on what happens today, remember each one of these candles is representative of one day. So if we can get a candle close today up above this trend line by 3 to 5%, and also have a candle close up above in purple here, this is our 20-day EMA. So if we close right where we're at today, that would be a good close. And you can also take a look at this RSI. We're at 49 right now, so there still is plenty of more room to run to the upside if we are to continue this move to the upside here. The RSI is at 49, and we have that higher low coming in. If you can see, we got as low as around 21 when we put in this bullish engulfing candle, and then since then we've been having these higher lows, and we've just been slowly grinding up and moving up. But we need to see that explosion out of this trend line. It's going to be so very important for us, guys. A lot of people don't pay enough attention to trend line breaks, when trend line breaks to the upside as well as the downside can be so significant. And just to give you an example, looking back at this side here, we'll just take this little trend here from April 30th 2019 up to where we broke off, and I wanted to show you something with the trend lines here. So this would have been the main trend line that I was looking at. We would have had about 4 touches here, and this is just going to be a rough one just to show you the power of this. But once we broke this trend line right here, we came back up, we fought to get back in it, and then, guys, we just dumped down hard. And we literally lost, if we do our price range tool from this trend line break, we ended up losing about 35%. And that's typical with trend line breaks, depending on how long the trend line is. If it's a longer one like we have here, and it's less steep than even this one here, that break could be extremely significant, because we've been pressed down with these lower highs and lower lows for 6 months now. So if we are to break out of this, guys, and like I said, I'm not there yet. I'm just putting this on your radar. I'm not there where I say, hey, I want to jump in. This is a for sure trend line break. We have to see where the rest of the day goes. But this is a good sign right now. We want to see that volume continue to swell, continue to pick up. That's what I'm looking for here. And guys, with Litecoin, as we know, many times it has led the market out of downtrends. So in the past, it seems like Litecoin has been the one to push the market, and then Bitcoin will start behind it, or Ethereum will start behind it. But a lot of times Litecoin will either break to the downside first, it will break to that upside first, and it can really give you a clue. So that's what we're looking for now, is to see if we're going to get this trend line break, and if we're going to get it on good volume, and if we're going to close today up above this white trend line that we've been in for so long, guys. We really just need to start breaking up above that. Now, in terms of overhead resistance that we're going to look at, if we are cruising out of here and we get a nice breakout here, first stop is going to be at around $50. Next area I'm going to look at would be up there around 65, and we're just going to work our way up here. 78, and then it would be around that 100, and we'll just take it in this range, because you can see, guys, each range is going to be about $10 to $15 a lot of times. Here it's about $22 right in there. You can see a little bit bigger of a gap, but it's important that you take out one resistance after another. So say we break up here, we come up into this area, we would then want to see $50 hold as support. Old resistance, you want it to become new support. Then you try to challenge the next one, and then you want to find support on top of it, and that's how the trend changes, higher highs and higher lows. Now, guys, if this is some type of fake out, breakout, then I would look down here to around that $35 to end up holding. But right now, we're not looking too bad here on the RSI, on the one-day chart. What I wanted to look at next was on the 4-hour chart, just to see if this is going to give us any more clues. Really looking at price action here. So you can see the trend line break where we got out of here and we started to get up above that 20 EMA on the 4-hour. We want heavier volume to pick up, but now we're challenging this first area of overhead resistance here, which is going to be around $43. And that's what we're going to need to get up above. But you can see the higher low that is coming in, and now this is the trend on the 4-hour that I would want to watch in yellow. If you can see that right there, we need this to be supported. And typically what you'll look for is if a trend starts and it lasts more than 4 weeks, a lot of the times it will continue in that direction. Not saying for sure, but that's what a lot of books that I've read is that if a trend starts, it's made it about 4 weeks, it'll want to continue for quite a while in that direction. So this is what I want to put on your radar, guys. Just be careful. We could really have a big trend line break out of here, or it could be one of those false breaks, but I wanted to put it on your radar, let you know what I was thinking. This is good now that we are starting to break out of there, and we're just going to have to see if we get that continued follow through. So if you get something from this, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Have a wonderful Saturday today. It's great to be back with you here, and we'll just continue to look at Litecoin. I'm not leaving the Litecoin community. I don't care what price it is. We're going to keep getting our Litecoin in. I really think it's a great project for the long term. So if you like Litecoin as well, guys, smash that like button, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you all being here with me today. God bless.